Namaskaram, my dear friends, I am back again. So today I'm going to talk about a part of sadhana that I have to be really mindful of doing, which is Kumbhaka and Shoonyaka. Reason being as to why I actually really need to pay attention when I do Shoonyaka and Kumbhaka is because I have to be mindful as to how long I am in emptiness of breath and how long I am in fullness of breath. Because I don't want to overwork the system, my system, and I don't also want it to be like really short where it can seem like I'm actually not doing it. So I try my best. And there are times too where when my brain is rushing with a lot of thoughts and then my body just does it and then I'm like, I miss paying attention to it again. But it's okay. Sadhana is really forgiving. That's what I have observed. And I just have to do much more better next time. Anyways, I really just want to talk about it because Sadhguru has a new video talking about what Kumbhaka and Shoonyaka does to your system. So he's saying in the physiological level, it kind of balances your system to have an equal exchange or like a more balanced exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. In another deeper aspect to it, he says that it somehow makes you more balanced, grounded, where you become not reactionary. And I really noticed this too. I have a lot of human interaction where I work. And conflict is something I really can't avoid. And I really don't have a reason to avoid conflict. I actually somehow welcome it because I am so amazed with how well I can handle conflict. And I am actually really surprised to myself of where I have started in dealing with conflicts and where I am right now to how smoothly, how graciously I deal with the other person that I have in conflict with. And it actually ends up where the relationship becomes sweeter, becomes nicer, and conflict comes and goes. It's part of life, but still bound by sweetness of emotions. So something happened recently where I am the leader of a group and I have a group member who doesn't seem to follow my instructions. And I think it's more of patriarchy because I'm a woman, but that's a different story. But anyway, so I see the trend that this person blows off the things that I have to say. So I kind of let it go and see the trend, the pattern of his actions. And when I notice, okay, I have enough evidence to see the pattern, I need to move this person to the side. And so when I started talking to the person, I talked to the person calmly. And of course the person got defensive, I'm kind of surprised that you feel that way, and my part is blah 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 blah. And my reaction was very interesting because I just look at the person, listen to everything that he has to say, pause. Every time I had to say something, I pause to make sure I say the right things and say it. But when having to speak right away is called for, I'm also surprised as to the words that come out of my mouth because they're also sometimes really graceful, or if it was a slap in the face, it's not in a place where it came from a negative emotion. It came from a place of equanimity. So in conflict, it somehow always comes out where I am able to express my side. The other person is also able to express their side. And there comes a realization between the two that there's just a misunderstanding and that it can be worked out. But yes, I have really noticed that I rarely blow up now. I become less emotionally inclined to react. And I react in a way that's conducive for the relationship. Shoonyaka Kumbhaka, you guys, amazing. And then Sadhguru goes on with being specific of the advantages of Kumbhaka and Shoonyaka. So he said with Kumbhaka, the fullness of breath, it enhances your energy, your vitality, your intelligence and perception. One thing I really noticed too is when we were at the field, we have to be in a lot of weight, a lot of armor on, and we have to walk from point A to B with a lot of armor on, and it's really hot right now where I am at. And for us to be able to go to our training area, we have to wear a lot of stuff. And I just walk at my own pace with all the gear that I have, and I go to where I need to be, and I remove my gear, I have a smile in my face, I'm kind of a little sweaty, and put my stuff to the side and start working. However, I noticed with people coming in, that walk, that short of a walk, somehow gets them winded. Like they're all sweaty, like, I'm so tired of walking. And it just makes me think that, oh my God, I can't believe they complain so much about this walk. But then I realized, it's not just one person or two person. It's like a group of people that find this walk exhausting. And I don't find the walk exhausting at all. And so I realized, it's probably because of my sadhana too, with incorporation of Kumbhaka, where my energy is somehow enhanced, my vitality is enhanced. The intelligence part, I think, too, is enhanced based on the other conversation where I can respond better. And an example, too, for where my perception is enhanced, because when I assess my surroundings, when I talk to people, when I interact with people, I am now very mindful of not just what they say, but their body language, their posture, the patterns of the things that they say where they're a certain way and then they change their demeanor. And I kind of tend to catch on it too. And then I realized too, my perception is actually better because when I interact with people, there was one situation where I was actually playing billiards with a group of friends. And I was just observing them, see what's up. And then I really don't play well. However, when I walked in and tried to play, I grabbed the pool stick, put chalk in my hand, and then started a posture to play. And everyone was like, are you a pro? You knew where the chalk was. You grabbed the pool stick like you were a pro, and you started the position like you were a pro. And then to my head, I'm like, I was just observing where things are. Like, this is basic perception of where everything is, but to them it seemed like it was already extraordinary. Anyway, I started playing and they started laughing because I really suck at the game. But after a few shoots though, I started like hitting the ball right and actually getting the balls in the holes. And then they started to say again like, oh my God, maybe she's actually a pro because she's starting to put things in the chute now. But that's my point, you guys. My perception has enhanced, where even learning has become faster. So I think that's the effect of Kumbhaka within me. Next, let's talk about Shoonyaka. So Sadhguru said that with Shoonyaka, somehow your sense of individuality dissolves. Slowly dissolves. Every practice, slowly, naturally, your sense of individuality just dissolves. Like you become universal. And I honestly feel this way because it's not that, oh, I don't feel like I'm an individual. Like, of course I know that I'm an individual. However, it's, again, the interaction I have with people. I'll give you one example. So, my company sort of got in trouble. Well, yes. So I have to face a really, really high-ranking person, like a general, a 2-star general. And I'm a lowly captain. Because of the mistake that my company did, I have to be in front of a general and explain why things came a certain way and blah, 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 blah. In my old self, I would actually panic even with just the thought of having to face a general. But lately though, I'm like, it doesn't faze me as much because I know, well, I've met generals and I know they are basically same exact person, same exact human being as we are. Him and I have the same possibility. Maybe our choices in life is what makes us different. Through time, through opportunities, that's the only thing that makes us different. And knowing this sense too, that he is somehow not any different, that sense of universality calms down that part of me that could cause me to have anxiety about a situation. Even just talking to people who are of higher rank than me, I also sense that, of course, I give the normal degree of respect towards the rank, but the interaction becomes more natural flowing because there's just no sense of ego that I need to protect or a sense of individuality that I need to protect. I'm just one with the whole mixture. And if we're all one in the same mixture, there's no need to worry. They're all one and the same. Sadhguru did mention something too about presence, where it enhances a person's presence. And again, it's like technically I'm just a random person. But when I walk into a room, it's not necessarily the me that draws people, but it's the presence that I bring to the room that draws people. And it's very interesting because I have realized with all the sadhana that I've been doing, with all the grace that Sadhguru has showered, with all the love, grace, and divine presence I have experienced, that presence is also like within me, that somehow I embody it and people around me could recognize it. I'm just really fortunate enough to have met Sadhguru and be able to have the chance to become a vessel of grace for everyone else to experience. May we all experience this wonderful grace, and may we also become a vessel of this grace for everyone else to feel and appreciate. Namaskaram. Again, you guys, thank you for listening. Until next time, bye!